guys, welcome to Ringsiders Wrestling. I am Jamie, he is Callum, and today we have Josh Woods. Josh, thanks for joining us.
Yo, what's up, guys? Hey, thanks for having me. I know you guys got way more important things to do than hang out with me, but hey, here we are.
Dude, that's not true in the slightest, honestly.
Oh, nah, man.
No, seriously.
I'm just a normal guy, dude. Just a normal guy like you guys.
You're a normal dude, sure, but you're someone we've been looking forward to speaking to, and you're giving us your time, so we're thankful of that.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah. and I don't know if Callum got this recorded, but obviously Josh gave me the greatest compliment of my life ever. So, he's already a superstar in my eyes.
I like how you've got to get that on the episode.
Absolutely.
Hey, you gotta get the compliment, man. You're a jacked guy. You look good, man. Like you look fit. You got a great beard. I mean,
get yourself good.
I'm not used to compliments, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to run with that forever now. So thank you, man. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, man.
But yeah, mate, it's great to have you on. Honestly, how is it where you are? No pandemic and stuff. How you been doing these last few months?
I mean, Florida. I don't know if you ever follow like anything in the States. Florida's got like a really bad rep for being, I don't know, like really wild and crazy, like alligators everywhere, which is not true because I haven't seen an alligator in like a long time. But it's not bad here. Things are more or less normal. As normal as I guess they can be. Just been training a lot and trying to stay fit. We had the Pure stuff happening, and we just did some more things a couple weeks back. Then we're gonna come back again in December for Final Battle. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm prepared and can do what I say I can, which is throw everyone. How are you guys doing, man? How's it over where you guys are at? Is it like wild? Is it crazy?
We've just gone back into a full lockdown. So we've got about another 3 weeks, I think, to go.
Yeah.
So obviously it's the same over here, but I work at the hospital, so I'm still working anyway.
What do you do?
I work in I kind of work in the team that runs the hospital kind of thing. So we making sure everything's in place, compliance related things, making sure wards and surgeries are all correct PPEs and everything's running and working. And so it's a busy time for us at the moment.
Is that more so like office stuff as opposed to medical?
Yes. I spent 15 years working in a lab. I've only been doing this for about a year. So it's completely the massive change around for me.
In the lab, what did you make? Anything cool?
I worked in pathology, so I'll let you figure out what I was doing in that.
Oh, I know what pathology is.
Yeah, there we go.
Look at you, like a mad scientist, dude. I love it.
Basically.
This is literally the best interview we've ever done, right? Yeah.
Well, I'm boring. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not that cool. I mean, I think you guys are pretty cool.
Dude, you're putting yourself down too much. You've done cool things. We know who you are. We know where you've been. We know what you've done. So that we're here to talk about you because you're an impressive dude.
If you want.
I'm just not used to being bigged up. When you go out to the pubs for beers with him, you're used to everyone going after him. So it's like
he always makes it seem like I get loads of attention. I never do. He makes it seem like I get loads of compliments. I don't. But it's not true. And I'm glad you've had the compliment, Jamie, because
thank you. I appreciate it.
I never get hit on when I go out. Like
I don't believe that for a second,
dude. I guess I have like a RBF or I look like a prick, but like women like don't talk to me.
You've got tattoos. You're wearing the vest. You've got beard. You've got nice teeth.
Dude, I don't know, man. I even got cauliflower ear. People are like, oh, that guy's a badass. Let's not talk to him. Oh, that's not my fault. I didn't wake up and go, here, hit me in the ear, So, forever alone.
Well, I think what we have to do, Josh, is next time we're in the US or you're in the UK, man, we'll all go out and have a beer together. Then we'll see how we'll rock and roll. Then we'll see what happens then.
Yeah,
he's definitely gonna get it. He's a handsome one. He's gonna get all the chicks. Like us, we're a little more rugged. So
exactly. See, told you. But yes, we are here to talk about you. And
oh, that's what we're doing. Oh, I thought we were just hanging out. My bad. Sorry.
Oh, we can hang out as well, dude. That's fine. But obviously, before we get on to Ring of Honor and Pure Tournament, you was in NXT, WWE for a while. How did that come about? The signing process, and what was it like, that experience there?
I kind of stumbled across that on kind of like a whim, really. One of my buddies is in the independent circuit. He's been wrestling on AEW the past couple weeks, Alex Chamberlain, and we have a mutual friend. He's like, hey, you should meet up with my buddy Alex and train with him. Show him some like amateur moves. I'm like, man, cool, why not? That's what I do. So we trained a little bit. He's like, hey man, you should contact WWE. I was like, for what? Like, why? Because like I was fighting at the time, and pro wrestling wasn't even on the radar. So I was like, well, I mean, I'm gonna fight because that's what I like to do and it's fun. And then I ended up emailing them, kind of more so my accolades, and they're like, oh, well, you want to try out? I was like, what? So I was like, I think that was maybe like March or April, and then I tried out in June, and then I got signed and started that October. So that was 2014, and it was pretty sweet, man. It was cool. I mean, you never really think that like that's gonna happen, right? Like there are so many people there. There was like over 50 people in my tryout, and I was like, there's some big dudes in here, like dudes that have been wrestling for a long time. And like, I mean, what's a lockup? Like what's that? I didn't even know how to get in a ring. I didn't know how to do anything, and I was like, man, they whatever. So I ended up getting it, and I spent about 2 years there. And honestly, I loved it. I think it was great. I know a lot of people have a different experience, or some people have a negative one. I mean, you take the good with the bad, right? Like no situation is like the perfect situation. Yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I came from a very regimented background, wrestling in college and fighting. Like I like a schedule. I like being told when to train, like where I can train and all that stuff. So like that was fine for me. And I know some people are like, oh, well, I've been wrestling for 10 years. I don't want to be told to train. It's like, well, you ain't good. So like, shut up.
Yeah.
So no, I'm just kidding. A lot of people there are like super good. I was just like, oh, that's so awesome. Teach me that. So like, yeah, I was pretty like, oh man, everyone's so good and I suck. And I couldn't even like lock up for like a while. It was bad. But I really enjoyed my time there, and I made some pretty good friends and good connections. And then that's kind of how I got to where I am now. So
yeah.
How much did having a collegiate background help you? Because we've heard so many times that like Kurt Angle, for example, Olympic gold medalist, and he took to wrestling like a fish to water because he's such a natural athlete. So for yourself, how did you find it taking to wrestling? Did it help you at all having that background?
Sorry, I'm just gonna move this because my head looks weird. I have like a big thing about my head. It's like large. I think like any if you're like a natural athlete, I'm not saying I am, but guys like Kurt, like if you've been an athlete your whole life, learning like a new skill set relatively similar to what you're already good at isn't that difficult. Learning how to throw someone, I can already do that. Well, now let me show how to not kill them, because like it's not, I'm not really trying to like break their neck. So, kind of learning a little bit more of like an effective way and like how to actually work with someone as opposed to, oh, you're going, bam. Like learning the moves was really easy. I think it's like the small stuff that a lot of people who are on the outside don't really understand. It like blows my mind when I even think about, because I teach at a local wrestling school here at a Pro Wrestling 2.0, and I just trying to regurgitate like all this stuff. Like, man, there's so much, and like the psychology and like why you're doing stuff and where to put it, cameras, working with your refs, agent, producing, thinking of where things go and how to put them in. And it was just like, oh my God, like that stuff is what was hard for me, and when you're fighting and you're wrestling in college and things like that, you don't think about, oh, I got to look this way for the camera, or I got to like pause for a second so people can do this. You're just like, you're just constantly going. So like having to slow down a lot was kind of hard. But I learned like how to do a majority of that stuff there, and then with Ring of Honor, I like really kind of found who I am, and
sure,
and then that now
from a fan point of view, it seems like Ring of Honor is the perfect fit for you. Especially with the stuff that's been going on with the Pure Tournament, that seems like somewhere you fit right in. Especially with like your collegiate background, your amateur wrestling, and your legit shoot fighting. That's something which fits in Ring of Honor really well, always has done. So do you feel like you're at home with Ring of Honor?
Yeah, I don't. It's like a weird, like apples to oranges, right? Like you can compare them; they're both fruits, they're both great,
Yeah.
but they're still really different, right? NXT and WWE, that's like a really good foundation for me to start, and I learned how to do all these things. So now, ROH is like, here, now do something with that. It's like, huh, what? You're not going to tell me what to do? It's like ROH is very, they're not hands off, but they are. They're like, hey, well, this is you, do it and make it good. Like WWE, they're like, this is what you're going to do. So I know like a lot of people don't like that. And, especially for not having a lot of experience, like that was hard for me. Like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what y'all want.
Yeah.
So, being in Ring of Honor, I kind of like wanted to like stay true to myself. And, I really think that the Pure tournament coming around, like really just gave me a platform just to elevate what I was already doing. And like, I love it, man. I love just being able to just roll and just not have to think and just do what just feels natural. Cause like I'm trying to teach class, like, oh, what's that thing you do with PJ? I'm like, I don't know. Like you just don't think about stuff. Cause like, I'm just so used to moving and flowing. So like that stuff is so easy for me. Now the other stuff's like, oh, let's run this high spot. Let's do these flips. I'm like, I don't do that. Like I don't leave the ground.
Yeah.
I don't flip. No. That's not me. It's like I think like this is like a really great opportunity just for not just for me in general, but guys who are similar to me. Like the Wheeler Yutas coming in, like the Freddie A. Highs and things like that. Like this is like really where guys like us can shine. And I think at least for me, when I watch back my own stuff, I don't do it a lot because like I'm like, ugh. Like Adam Pearce was like one of my most influential coaches that I had. He's like, well, it's never as bad as you think and never as good as you think. So I try to watch things like that if I do watch them, to learn. And I think this is the Pure style specifically has just really been like, here's what you already been doing. Now here's the Pure thing. We're just going to elevate it a little bit. So like, I'm really grateful that we brought that back and I was able to kind of not break through, but I guess shine in it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of noise about you on Reddit during that. Like, I don't know if you've ever been on Reddit Squared Circle before. But there was a lot of threads on there about the Pure stuff that was going on, and your name was popping up a lot as well. So that's a good sign.
Oh, well, okay.
And it was all like feedback. So
I think I Wrestled Gresham, they had like a little stat on there. I gotta try to find it because I thought it was pretty cool. And like I don't even think about it. It was like I had like 17 submissions in one match or something like that. I was like, really? Huh? Like I don't know, man. I just think of stuff and just move and flow. So I thought like that's really cool. And like those like little things that we're doing kind of make like our product different. And some people are with it, some people aren't. I mean, not everybody likes everything. So
yeah,
to each their own.
Yeah. Just going back as well a minute to like WWE, obviously you got to experience the Performance Center. What was that like? Because you hear a lot of people saying it's one of the greatest things I've ever experienced and had the pleasure of training there. What was it like for you being in the PC?
I really enjoyed it, like just kind of going back on what I said previously, like I like the regimented lifestyle, like, hey, you got to be here to train at this time and you got weights at this time and, promos at this time. So I think it's very structured and like guys like me enjoy that. I know some of the older guys who like, who didn't come from like an athletic per se background, wrestling is very athletic. But, if you're used to like being on like a team schedule and this and that, and like some people like it, some people don't. Right? Like some people don't like being told what to do. I don't mind it. Like I'm a good soldier. Hey, you want me to go here? Cool. I'm there. Let's go. For the most part, like I received a lot of positive, I don't know, influence, I guess. Cause like no one else at the time was similar to me. There were a couple like shoot guys there, like Gable and like JJ and Sawyer Fulton and like Tucker. But even still, like we were all so different. So there's not like a bad vibe there, but if you're a 6'5" guy coming in, like anyone who's above 6'3" is like, oh, screw this guy. I'm like, I'm 6 foot, man. So I didn't have problems with anybody, and we're all just different enough where like the shooter guys are kind of cool with each other, and then like the other guys are like, hey, screw that guy. I'm like, cool, So I had a really good experience there, and I don't really have anything bad to say about it.
Did you ever get?
Sometimes we had to come in really early and like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was okay.
Whatever.
Did you ever get to train with I've actually got a friend at the Performance Center, Big Boa. Did you ever get to mix it up with him?
No, I was done in 14, so I'm not really sure.
I think he came just afterwards.
Or 16. Sorry, I was 16.
Yeah, he came in the end of 16. He's got a legit fighting background too, kickboxing and sambo. It is. So yeah, he's doing really good for himself. But he was saying there's a lot of he likes the regiment too. Having the weights and being told what to do has really helped him. Coming from that shoot background has really helped him learn what pro wrestling is quicker. Some people do need that regiment, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. By the sounds
no,
of it.
not at all, man. I think it's more of like a discipline thing, dude. I mean, I know the schedule is very different now, and I'm sure you'll talk to him, and you can kind of gauge from where he was started to what it is now. It's so different from what I hear. And I liked being in the ring Monday through Thursday, sometimes Friday before shows. Like I really enjoyed that. I liked learning. I liked training, and I feel like a lot of people who get to on TV or or ready for the next stage or whatever that is, they just don't want to train anymore. I'm like, well, I love it. Like I love training. I've already trained 3 times this week, and like I'm going back again tonight. Like I love it. I love doing it.
Yeah. And
I think I hope I never stop wanting to train. Like I try to do unnecessary stuff. Like I'm not taking no fucking spine buster on a Monday night. That's not happening. No, not at training. No, thank you. But
sure.
No, man, ain't no one paying to see this. Like you're not bumping me with that, man. Like no. So I really enjoy it, and that was a really big part. There was always the availability to do that. You can almost always grab any coach and hey, can you spend the next hour with me in the ring, and you're almost always gonna get a yes. So that's really awesome, and I like that a lot.
Yeah, obviously as well, coming from that kind of said the amateur background, the shoot background. When you got to the PC, how was you with promos? I mean, was Dusty there at that time, or?
Yeah, I spent a little bit of time with Dusty. I think it was really cool sitting under that learning tree for a little while, and then William Regal was in a lot as well, and I didn't really know a lot about the business coming in, because that's not where I was at. And, a lot of people get, oh, well, you don't really care about wrestling. I was like, I was doing other stuff, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not, don't penalize me because I was off living a different life. So some people get super, super salty about that. And like, oh my God, we're a Dream today. I'm like, who? I knew who that was, but, I wasn't like, yeah, oh my God. But I really started to learn and then I got that elevated passion like everyone else was getting, which was really cool to learn from him. And I was kind of shitty at promos. Can I say that? Can I say bad words?
Yeah, of course.
Say whatever you want, man. Say whatever you want.
I try not to. I let Silas be the bad guy.
You can drop the F-bombs a lot. So.
You can say whatever you want.
Oh, dude. So yeah, I wasn't very good at them. I mean, I have a pretty good personality. I think it's just they don't really tell you what they want. They're kind of throw it out there and see what works. And if we like it, we like it. And then if they have something that they think they want you to do, they'll tell you. So for me, I was just trying to see what would work. And I was doing this, little rich boy character just for fun, just because Dream was encouraging people to do stuff different. Because you look at me, right? I don't look like a rich boy kid, man. I had a big beard at the time. I got the cauliflower ear and a mohawk and stuff, and tatted up. It's that's not believable. But it kind of helped me to get out of my comfort zone and think differently. And Dream helped me with that a lot, which was really cool. And then that died because William Regal came in and he watched. He's like, hey, man, I don't believe that. I look at you. You got cauliflower ear. You look like a badass. I can Google you. I know you're a fighter. I was like, cool. This guy's dead now. I will be myself. But then there's the stigma that goes to that too, right? I'm not an angry person. I don't walk around angry at everybody. So, be this aggressive MMA guy. I was like, who am I mad at? I'm not mad at anybody. I don't want to yell on my whole promo. I don't hate anyone here. I can whoop all your asses, but I don't care. That's me. That's me in real life. So if you watch my stuff with Silas and the interactions, that's really me. That's not me. Hey, what can I do to sound like a complete moron? Well, I'm just kind of a dork, but I can still kill everyone. So why? Why do I need to be angry? I'm not mad. I'm just a happy guy. But if I have to kill you, you have to die. Sorry. That's how it is.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing.
Flip the switch.
Yeah. You can still be a goofball. I mean, this is going back again to another to him again, Kurt Angle. Like, is the reason I always go back to Kurt Angle is because he was the complete package of a wrestler. He could do that goofball, slapstick, stupid comedy, but then he'd kill you in the ring. He'd straight up murder you, and you'd never for a second think he wasn't serious just because he did a bit of comedy. So with you saying like, I get to be a goofball, but I'll still beat the shit out of you in the ring, I think that's awesome. That's a great character.
Yeah, man. It's just like, well, which side are we gonna get today? We'll find out. You know, like, I'm gonna try. Like, I'm not 6'5". I'm not 300 pounds. Like, I don't have to act like Brock Lesnar because I'm not him.
Yeah.
I'm not the next Brock or Kurt. I'm the first Josh Woods, and I'm totally cool with that. So, you know, hopefully other people are like, I want to be like that, and I'm like, well, good luck. You know, but
That's how you should be thinking too. Like, a lot of people always, obviously, they've always got their idols in wrestling, but I think maybe they try too hard to be their idols instead of being themselves. So at least you've got that out of the way straight away, you know? And I guess that's maybe a good thing that you weren't a wrestling fan growing up and you've become a wrestler and like, you know, after doing the collegiate stuff, you've been yourself from the start, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what kind of has helped me not be so miserable because I'm not trying to be something I'm not or because some people they're like really unhappy. They just, you know, they kind of go through the motions. Now you see with everything, man, like in any sport, and, you know, people kind of like are getting burned out and stuff. And I get it. You know, but I watched wrestling a little bit growing up, not a lot. My older brother, we watched it together, and then, you know, we got really big into sports, and then, you know, that just kind of stopped. And I trained with Billy Gunn a lot, you know, not as much as the PC because I just wasn't on that level. Because, you know, there was like levels of classes, and I was not even close to being in Billy's class at the time. But then, like, after we had like a really good, after I got released and he left, we built a really good relationship, and just learning from seeing, like, he's a massive human being. I mean, that's a large mammal. That is a big boy. Dude's like, he's huge. I was like, bro, man, you're too big to be acting like this. And I was like, well, hell, if Billy Gunn can act like that. Not saying we're on the same level, but, you know, well, why not?
He's about 6'6", right? Like the legit 6'6".
Yeah, he's like 6'6", 6'7". He's a big boy. He's like 280, 290. That's not gimmicked weight. That's a large boy.
Yeah.
And I was like, Billy, stop. Like, he's like a bull mastiff. He's just a walking bull mastiff.
He's so strong as well.
Yes, I've been hit by him. It's very rough.
I bet.
But super safe, Billy. I know, it's so good. You're so good. So like, yeah, I got kind of like learned a lot from that, and like I watched like some Adrian Street once I got into wrestling.
Nice.
I that stuff's entertaining to me, man. I find that funny. You know, that was really cool, and I liked watching him a lot. And I'm kind of a dork. I don't care.
Well, obviously, going back to Ring of Honor, then you won the Top Prospect 2017. So how did Ring of Honor come about? I mean, you get the call.
So once I got released, and this was so long ago. So like I had like Steve Cutler was in my class, or I was in like class with him and Elias. So like I had made some pretty good connections with those guys, and Steve was like, hey man, reach out to Danny Cage, who owns the Monster Factory, and I reached out to him about coming up to do shows because they do like a camp and a show thing, and I was like, hey man, like I just want to, you know, come up and you know, work at the camp, and I did. So when I was there, I worked. What did I do? I was kind of goofing around, like, and we had break time with LSG, and he was in Ring of Honor at the time, and we were kind of rolling around, and like Bob Evans was watching us, and he was like, hey man, you ever thought about going to Ring of Honor? I was like, sure. Like, I don't know. Like, I honestly didn't know a lot about other companies because, you know, I God, I hate to say this because, like, I didn't come from the independent, so I didn't really know a lot about New Japan. I didn't know a lot about TNA other than having to learn about where other guys were at and stuff. So I didn't know a lot about other companies. And, you know, so I was like, yeah, I mean, that would be pretty cool. Like, I just started learning about them because, you know, I didn't really know anything else. And I was like, I never really thought about it because I didn't think they would, like, they hadn't reached out to me. And I was like, I don't know, sure. So he's like, yeah, man, I'll get you into the tryout camp. So I ended up, so Bob gave me the contact. I reached out. They're like, hey, we're doing a tryout next month. You can come up. And I was like, oh, sweet. So I book all my own stuff. Like, I booked my own flight. I booked my own hotel. I made the investment in myself. So I'm going up there. So Florida, we get hurricanes. And so I'm getting ready to leave. I live in Orlando, and my hometown is Fort Lauderdale, and that's about 3 hours south of me. So a hurricane was coming up, and then they shut Orlando airport down. I was like, oh, why? So I was like, cool. Well, that sucked. And then, but I saw Fort Lauderdale, which was open. I was like, well, let me book a flight out of there. So I had to cancel my Orlando flight, drive home. They canceled the flights the next day, and I had to drive back up to Atlanta, which is already 7 hours from Orlando. So like 10-hour drive just to make this flight to make the camp. I was just like so stressed out, and I almost didn't make it. And then I wouldn't have been here. So like, yeah, like a lot of people, they don't want to make that investment, man. And like I had to, like if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be where I'm at. And like not everybody gets that glory story, right? That doesn't happen for everyone.
Yeah.
But like you can't know unless you actually put that foot forward. So yeah, well, man. And then I did all right at the tryout, I guess. And then,
I think so.
Got in contact with them and stayed in contact. Like I was so annoying. Like if you ask like the office who's in charge, like I don't know if people like to know who that is, so I don't want to say anything. But yeah, I was so annoying. I was like, hey man, like how's it going? Like when are you guys coming out? Like what? Like all the time. I'm so annoying. It's terrible. But I mean, you have to kind of like keep following up, or you're just gonna sit idly doing this. And I'm a very proactive person, so like I contacted them a lot. And I think because I annoyed them so much, they're like, all right, fine, dude, like you can come do this dark match. Then I did a dark in Lakeland, which is like an hour from me. And then like a lot of people, oh my god, this was terrible. It was like a 6-man match with like a bunch of random people not in Ring of Honor. So like you guys probably seen a lot of indie matches where it's like everyone's doing a bunch of dumb stuff for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, y'all can do all your dives. I'm just gonna sit over here and do like really simple stuff really good. And I think that's what kind of made me stand out. And they're like, all right, cool. Yeah. Because like I don't do flips and I don't do a lot of high flying stuff at all. So I was like,
that's the smart thing to do, dude. Like if you're in a match with 5 people who are gonna do flips, don't do any and you'll stand out. Like
it's psychology, man. Like it's a dark match. It's like this is a TV. This is like a taping. You have people who are actually on the show that are going to be doing the same stuff. Why would I do that? Why would I even throw a bunch of falsies in a 6-man no one gives a crap about match? So I made my stuff very simple and different.
Yeah.
And I think that made me stand out. And then top prospect.
Yeah, man. I think it goes back. You hear a lot of wrestlers say as well. You get a lot of wrestlers that they've got to get their spots in, kind of a thing. And you're my kind of wrestler. I like the mat based. I watch you all day long. I got bothered about guys doing 720 flips in the air and stuff. And
it's like you said, dude. I'd rather see a wrestler who can only do 5 moves but does them really well than somebody who can do 100 flips. Because after I've seen 2 flips, it's just a flip. Like it means less. That's just me as a fan. I like seeing good, hard striking, believable looking offense. And I think that's why
the same stuff. We all do the same stuff, just how you put it in and how you make it a little different.
Yeah, and like you said, it's the psychology, which is something you've learned as you've gone along, and it sounds like you've got a grasp on it now. Because I'm guessing coming into wrestling, did you not really realize like there was a storytelling side to it as well?
Yeah, I didn't really kind of understand. Once I started, training, I didn't really know that was a thing because I've never been. And like you don't. Like some people are like really like they watch a movie and they're like, oh, this story. Da, 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 da. I'm like, I just like watching it. It's good. It's a good visual.
Yeah.
So I was a big fan of DX growing up, and like like The Rock and Stone Cold, always like talking smack, and like the visual of Undertaker. Like I always thought that stuff was cool. I didn't really. My mind didn't think, oh, this story is great. He's working his arm. He's got to keep working his arm. Like, I didn't know that. I was like, oh, he just messed him up. Dang. I didn't think about that stuff. So like now, Silas has done like a really great job of like trying to like really hammer in like the really important psychological aspects of like working certain body parts or like staying consistent. And like guys like Gresham and Lethal, regardless of what our on-screen things are, those guys like super knowledgeable and they're phenomenal just to learn from. And like I've had so many like I think they're good. You guys may not. I don't care. But me and Gresham have had like a lot of really good matches, and I feel like anytime I'm in the ring with Gresham, like it's a learning opportunity, and I always feel elevated. And John is just so phenomenal, and he's just a wealth of knowledge. And this dude like loves this sport. Like he always just like wrestling. It's just very admirable. So learning from him and like how to do things right is just like it's a great learning tool for sure.
Yeah, and you've actually just reminded me as well, just complete sidebar, talking about Silas. I actually have Silas's phone number because I'm trying to arrange to get him on the show as well. So you've just reminded me to text Silas. So thank you for that.
He's so hard to get a hold of. He don't respond to me. I texted him last week, hey man, how are you? I miss you. Everything good? I'm like, dude.
At least it's not just
you just posted on Facebook. I know you're on your phone.
Yeah.
Josh, believe me, Callum's just as bad. Believe me.
Naughty boy.
Yeah.
I'll have you know, Jamie, you're the only person I reply to all the time, actually.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment. But talking about the Pure Tournament as well, you mentioned obviously fighting Gresham. We spoke to Kenny King last week, and obviously you defeated Kenny in the first round. Kenny's not happy. Kenny's coming for you.
He did say that.
He did say that.
I mean, take a number.
Pass on a message.
No. I mean, yeah, Kenny. Kenny he's phenomenal, man. So just even that match alone was kind of like a redemption thing for me, and we had wrestled. They did like a really cool package on it and stuff, and we had wrestled a couple years prior, and like in 2017, I was like such a puppy. Like I barely could walk a straight line. Now like I'm doing the Yukonuba dog show, baby. Like I'm trotting. I'm like, hey, what up? So it was really cool just to kind of to get to have that opportunity again, and I'll fight Kenny anytime. That don't matter to me. Pure rules, hardcore, street, I don't care. The result ain't gonna be different. I'm still gonna win.
I love the fact that they've just put Josh Woods versus Kenny King on Ringsiders, Callum.
Yeah, you had it here first.
Bring it on.
We're playing.
As a whole, though, Josh, what was it like being in that tournament? Is tournament style something you enjoy?
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't really bother me. Through my whole college career, man, it's just tournaments every weekend, dude. So you're getting 4, 5, 6, 7 matches every day, and that's taxing, man. Like I don't know what you guys do on your spare time, but try wrestling a full college match. One is really hard. It's very intense. Trying to now do six of them in one day. Oh my god. So for me, it wasn't really something I'd had a problem with. I was thriving. I think it was fine. My wind has always been pretty good. I mean, I trained to be exceptional. I don't train just to be on the show. Some people are like, oh, I just want to be signed. Well, what you gonna do when you get there? I just want to make sure I always have more to give. So when contracts are up, I don't have bullet points, right? So like when I'm hey, my contract's up, well, this is the reason why I can ask for more money or a better contracts, because like I'm always striving to be better. I don't just like kind of accept so I kind of take pride in
you can't do that in wrestling though, because there's always going to be someone ready to take your place. So you always get better.
Oh yeah, so like the tournament was fun, man. I liked it a lot. I know some people didn't, some people did. And I enjoyed it a lot, and like it seems like a lot of people enjoyed watching it. I try to kind of read what people say, not so much about my stuff because everyone's got an opinion, but I think learning about what the fans like and what we don't like this, we don't like that. So I think it's a learning tool for all of us to say, like from office all the way down, like, oh, we just didn't really like that or like this and that. And I think that's just kind of a good learning tool as well that a lot of people probably don't utilize.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke to Kerry Silkin a couple of times a few weeks ago, and he's coming on again tomorrow night, actually. He's become kind of like a regular now.
He's kind of like a guest at the Ringsiders.
Yeah, he's back on tomorrow, and he himself was saying he's so excited by this tournament. He said it's some of the best wrestling he's seen in a long, long time. Where do you see the future for Ring of Honor going then? I mean, the future's bright, man. It's a great company. Kerry's so excited. I mean, where's the future for you in Ring of Honor? Is it that world title?
I mean, who doesn't want to be the face of the company, right? The main man. That's always going to be in the back of my mind for sure. Right now, I'm kind of tossed between the Pure title. Like I really want it. That's kind of like, hey, you definitely made it. Like, you're validated. I know titles don't really mean as much as, people like to think. But, like, for me, it does. It means a little bit more. It just means that you kind of, like, the company trusts you, that hey, like, this is the guy that's gonna so like there's like that part of it too, right? I mean, yeah, it's very prestigious. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, I don't want to be a champion because it don't mean shit. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I think being the champion is great. You're the face of the company. You're the face of that division. You are like what that thing means. And like, I think I embody pure wrestling almost as much, if not more, than Gresham. Yeah. And I can't wait to get that opportunity again. And like, I love Silas. I love what we're doing. We've had a lot of success as a tag team, and I think that's kind of like where my heart is right now, is to definitely seek the tag titles for sure, because we can always tweak them, make them pure rules. It's not impossible. I mean, you just got to talk to the right people. You know what I'm saying?
Why not both? You've got space on each shoulder for one belt. You could have the pure title, the tag team title.
Yeah, I'm not greedy. I don't need both. I'm not greedy at all. That's a lot of work. Woo! That's my cardio, man. You got a match right after this. I got to do what? Good luck, Gresh. Gresham's got to do that. I don't want that responsibility.
All right, maybe that was a good idea. All right.
I would take it, but that's not where my head's at right now. Ask me in a year, it might be different. Give me them all. I want them all. I'll just defend every single match. Let's go. God, that'd be so tiring.
The whole card is just you defending.
Yeah, me versus everyone.
Yeah.
Some people are getting knocked out. That's 100% happening. There's no. They ain't pulling punches like, yo, you're dead. Bomb. Yeah, that's it. I'm tired. Eat this head kick. Womp.
And obviously, because we mentioned him, and I know he's a big part of Ring of Honor history. I mean, have you had much interaction with Kerry? I mean, what's your relationship like with him? I know he's an ambassador now for Ring of Honor.
Kerry's awesome, man. Like, he's got like a wealth of just knowledge and stories, and just even if he doesn't talk to me personally, I mean, we interact, but like, he'll talk to a lot of the guys that have been there a lot longer than me, and he's got a good relationship with everybody. So I kind of just been like, what? I'm kind of just like, yeah. So like, I try to listen and stuff, and Kerry's really cool, man. Like, he's definitely he's one of the boys, as in my mind. I like him. I enjoy him a lot. He's funny. He's entertaining. I enjoy Kerry a lot. What up, Kerry, big dog?
We'll pass that on to him tomorrow night. I mean, obviously, when we spoke to him last time, he was telling us stories about John Belushi, and I'm like, this is insane. I'm like, this guy's lived one hell of a life, but
he's done it all.
Oh man, tell me about it. But yeah, he's back on tomorrow, so we'll obviously we'll tell him you think very highly of him. We'll put you over.
Josh,
Send him my love.
You might be one of my favorite people I've spoken to. I just think you're full of personality. You're funny. You've got a bright future. Yeah, honestly, out of all the
no, Josh, what he's doing is, because you've complimented me now, he's trying to take it away. He wants it for himself.
Yeah, I'm trying to get myself over.
I already said that he was better looking than both of us, and he would get all the chicks. I already said that.
Yeah.
If you want to hear it again, I can say it. You can just text me real quick. Hey, can you say that thing real quick one more time, and I'll get it.
I've already got the soundbite, mate. I'm gonna play it over and over again on repeat.
As your ringtone, it just says, "Hey man, you're super handsome." Hey
yeah.
man.
Thanks, Josh.
Hey, can someone? Is that my phone ringing? What? I don't know.
What? Yeah, that's me messaging myself. Yeah.
Right. That's your alarm ringtone. It goes off every minute. Just.
I'd get up. At least I'd wake up in a good mood. All right. That's all I'm saying.
That's not bad. That's not a bad idea at all, man.
Why the hell not? Why the hell not? But no, obviously, before we start wrapping up, Josh, as well, please plug your social media, any merchandise, any upcoming shows.
Well, I'm exclusive to Ring of Honor, so like, I'm not. I can't do independent stuff. I can travel. I would love to go to the UK, man. Like, I was really bummed out. I wasn't able to go on the last tour. It's like always been kind of like one of my kind of saying like my dream seems a little
goal.
Yeah, it's been a goal. Like, like, I have dreams to own a house and have a family, and like, I want that. I think career stuff is like a goal and like achievement.
Yeah.
I guess like it's a goal of mine to compete overseas, like anywhere, like Germany, UK, Japan. I would absolutely like die for that. Just I think it's like,
dude, I just want to say right now, you'd fit in Japan so well. Like,
yeah, I can hit really hard, and I'm technically all right, so I think it would be fun.
Yeah, I think you'd do fine in the UK for that reason. If you've got the technical side, you're gonna fit in the UK. If you can hit hard, you're gonna fit in Japan. So
yeah,
maybe one day we'll see it.
At the PC, Johnny Saint came in, and like I wasn't really too familiar with old school like real wrestling, and I got to like work with him a little bit, and I was like, oh, who is this? So been doing my research, and guys like David Taylor and stuff like that, man. So like I would love to get over to the UK, man. I think a lot of people, I know the sports evolve, like everything does, all sports evolve, and I think kind of devolving it back to its true form and bringing back wrestling is what my goal is when I present my body of work or my character. I want people who loved wrestling to love what I do, and that's kind of where the pure thing is at right now. And I think like fans all over will enjoy just what we're gonna do going forward, and also they enjoy the tournament because it's over now. So I think like definitely being in the UK would be a really awesome milestone for me.
That would be so cool. If you come to the UK, man, we'll be there. I guarantee it. Like,
and we'll all have a pint, and you'll get all the girls, and we'll just sit there and we'll be sad.
Jeez, I can't take it seriously. Like,
Josh, we've got each other, man. We look after each other. We don't need him.
Exactly,
don't worry.
Exactly. Screw this guy. Get out of here. How do I swipe? How do I turn his side off?
Don't need him. He'll be fine. What else you do? Social medias, any merchandise you want to plug?
I don't know if I want to see if I can grab it real quick. So I'm a child. Hold on. Got it. Yeah. So like I do a lot of things to entertain myself, and then I hope that people also find it entertaining, because if you're not having fun with what you do, then you're not gonna have fun. So like I got this shirt made for me and Silas. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So this is like our new shirt just came out. Dude, I love it, man. I'm like, Silas, bro, we're like this. He's like, no, man, we're more like that. I was like, no, dude, that's too far. We're like this. Get over it. So I think like this, like our new shirt just came out. It's on the ROH Pro Shop, and get it, please. And I will be super happy, and I'll sign it if I ever see you wearing it. I'll definitely sign anything someone asks me to sign. I'm cool with that stuff. I don't think it's bothering when people are like, hey, can you sign this? Like, yeah, you like what I'm doing? Cool. Hell yeah. Some people don't think that. I don't mind it. I think it's awesome. Ring of Honor, the ROH Pro Shop has all of them up. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Woods is the Goods. That is me. I am the goods in my own mind. And that's it. You can follow Silas too, I guess, but he's not as fun as me. It's kind of boring.
Yeah.
And he doesn't return messages as well. So,
right, he's rude.
Rude.
He is
rude.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'll be the good guy for both of them.
But yeah, man, honestly, Josh, I think you are one of my favorite human beings. This has been such a pleasure, man. And please come back. Come on the show again, please.
Yeah, definitely, man. That'd be awesome, dude. Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate you guys taking the time and being interested in having me on. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome.
You, and all the best with everything you do in the future. We can't wait to see the Pure title on your shoulder.
Yes.
Hell yes, man. Hell yes. But yes, dude, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. You are an awesome human being. He is Josh Woods. We are Ringsiders.
Thanks, guys.